with the Atlanta Falcons. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Reset. Play team. That's the way.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And right away, he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know it's a cliche, but he's a Stanford kid, so his ability to read and diagnose and make a play, you kind of figure he's got that, and he does. Nice play by Justin Reed getting near the line of scrimmage and making the tackle. But he can play the deep ball as well. Patrol center field. I just love all of his skill attributes. And when you really need him, he can jump into the slot and cover guys as well.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Ryan. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, it's Ryan. He wants it all for the end zone. This is caught. It's Sanu this time for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And here comes the Texans now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. The ball comes out, and the Texans scoop it. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close, and it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning, they got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
On 2nd down now, it's Miller. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And mark him down all the way inside the Atlanta 20. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 47 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. It's the fullback with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They use their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 20. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 56 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous. And
he loses the football a second time. And he couldn't get rid of the football, trying to buy a little time, but he'll just tuck it and go down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. Hopkins on the ground over the middle. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Those are the kinds of plays right there to show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
59 Mike, check, 59. Here we go. Rush in. Hey, 59.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. A reminder about Sunday Night Football later tonight. It's a rematch from the divisional round last year. Colts and Chiefs from Arrowhead. Then tomorrow on Monday night, the Browns and 49ers from Levi's Stadium. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now it's Ryan. Hey, right on cue, they set up the screen and complete it. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Alpha, get out! Wait!
To throw is Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the ball is knocked out, and the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You're talking about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there. Second down. On second down, here's Watson. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling?
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And this results in 6. Touchdown. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Throwing on second and long. Ryan. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 39 yards. And the Falcons cut into that lead. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll bring up a second and goal.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day. Hey, check. Hey, gun. Watch out. Jim. Check nine.
Again, it'll be Freeman. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's third and goal. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And that will get them one closer. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Nine seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Setting up the screen for Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Looking in zone for Jones. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now Watson. Left side complete, Safarian-Jenkins. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. This is Miller. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. To throw is Watson, and that is incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use them a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns. That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
I got you. No. Check. Show it.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And oh my goodness, what a catch at the 6. 23 yards the pickup there.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. 5 yards on the touchdown run. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it 2 ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now it's Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Watson off play action. Steps away. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6. Watson's throw pulled in by Hopkins. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Back to throw, Watson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans have once again taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. This complete to Jones. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Ryan to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys. Scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Check 55 to Mike. Let's go.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 7 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On first down, it's Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Another Texans first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Get the ball right here. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Blount. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll run it here with Blount. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Watson. And that is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. That's caught over the middle. Hooper. And they'll get this down to the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Ready, we're ready, we're ready. Watch QB go. Watch QB go. Base. I got you. 41's the mic. 41's the mic. 22. Let's go.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. One last shot for Ryan. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. Spins away. So some drama down to the very end of this ball game, Charles, on that final kickoff. They were hoping to break free, some sort of miracle play, but they couldn't do it.
They had a chance, and that was their only opportunity to try and bring it all the way back. As you noted, they weren't able to get that done, but at least they had the shot. What a tremendous game to be this close and this well contested.
So for Atlanta, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.